Good morning, Sunday the 10th of May 2020. Thanks to Nero Premium Vodka for their continued support and sponsorship over this period. Today I want to talk about the global financial reset that we're going through because I was asked yesterday by a number of people to try and explain what it's about. What I'm going to do is I'm going to explain to you the basics of the old system and the basics of the new system. Then add a little video here which will sort of confirm what I'm saying. The old system of the Federal Reserve was created in 1913 in America. And it was privately owned. Most people are unaware of this, but it was privately owned by the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds. And they used to print money, but they could only print money in those days if they had enough gold to back it up. So it was a gold-backed currency. It had a value. Over the years, a lot of people got involved with the Federal Reserve, the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers, because they wanted to control the world. So they had a lot of politicians on their side, a lot of corrupt people. They all worked together. And they were printing money and giving it to us and then wanting it back with interest. But it was, in those days, it was backed by gold, so it had a value. In 1971, that all changed because they changed the system of backing currency by gold and just printing money. And that is known as the fiat model, F-I-A-T. So they could just literally print as much money as they wanted to, and they gave it posh names over the years, and some of you will have heard. They called it quantitative easing, stuff like that. And it's like, when a country talks about it's deep in debt, like the United Kingdom, deep in debt, not one of you starts to ask, who do we owe this money to? Who keeps lending us this money that we can't pay back? If you have a mortgage, you know who you owe the money to. If you buy a car on finance, you know who you owe the money to. But when it comes to a country, you don't even bother looking. So we're now that system. You don't need to be super clever to work out that that's a pretty corrupt system. And we've all become slaves to the system. And they just continue to print out money. Now, for those of you who don't know, most people in the UK have what's known as a mortgage. Have you any idea what the word mortgage means? It means death pledge. They basically got you committed to them until you die. The word mortgage means death pledge. You're committed to them until you die. And it's completely controlled by the deep state, the Illuminati, the cabal. It's all controlled by them. But we're now coming through the other side because Donald Trump was put into power to destroy them. And my next little video clip, which I'm attaching to this, will lay out very clearly where we're going. And then hopefully tomorrow, I'll go a bit more into the new financial system, the quantum financial system that we're moving into, and how it will change your lives. But I promise you we're coming out of bad into good. All the stuff about the virus, we all know the figures are absolutely bullshit. The vaccine, complete and utter scaremongery smokescreen. Don't panic, don't worry about it. It's just to detract from what they're doing. But we'll continue on to this video, and then tomorrow I'll go into more detail about the quantum financial system and where we're going to go. And hopefully I'll get the video from Stephen Saunders that we did with healthy eating. So even though the smokescreen about the virus is complete and utter sham, that doesn't mean we can't learn something from it. If we learn something from it, great. Great. If we can learn to be healthier and look after each other better, brilliant. But here's the video for you to watch.
Our movement is about replacing a failed and corrupt political establishment with a new government controlled by you, the American people. The Washington establishment and the financial and media corporations that fund it exist for only one reason: to protect and enrich itself. The establishment has trillions of dollars at stake in this election. For those who control the levers of power in Washington and for the global special interest, they partner with these people that don't have your good in mind. Our campaign represents a true existential threat like they haven't seen before. This is not simply another four-year election. This is a crossroads in the history of our civilization that will determine whether or not we, the people, reclaim control over our government. The political establishment that is trying to stop us is the same group responsible for our disastrous trade deals, massive illegal immigration, and economic and foreign policies that have bled our country dry. The political establishment has brought about the destruction of our factories and our jobs as they flee to Mexico, China, and other countries all around the world. It's a global power structure that is responsible for the economic decisions that have robbed our working class, stripped our country of its wealth, and put that money into the pockets of a handful of large corporations and political entities. This is a struggle for the survival of our nation, and this will be our last chance to save it. This election will determine whether we're a free nation or whether we have only the illusion of democracy, but are in fact controlled by a small handful of global special interests rigging the system, and our system is rigged. This is reality. You know it, they know it, I know it, and pretty much the whole world knows it. The Clinton machine is at the center of this power structure. We've seen this firsthand in the WikiLeaks documents, in which Hillary Clinton meets in secret with international banks to plot the destruction of U.S. sovereignty in order to enrich these global financial powers, her special interest friends, and her donors. Honestly, she should be locked up. The most powerful weapon deployed by the Clintons is the corporate media, the press. Let's be clear on one thing. The corporate media in our country is no longer involved in journalism. They're a political special interest, no different than any lobbyist or other financial entity with a total political agenda, and the agenda is not for you, it's for themselves. Anyone who challenges their control is deemed a sexist, a racist, a xenophobe. They will lie, and then again, they will do worse than that. They will do whatever is necessary. The Clintons are criminals, remember that. This is well documented, and the establishment that protects them has engaged in a massive cover-up of widespread criminal activity at the State Department and the Clinton Foundation in order to keep the Clintons in power. They knew they would throw every lie they could at me and my family and my loved ones. They knew they would stop at nothing to try to stop me. Nevertheless, I take all of these slings and arrows gladly for you. I take them for our movement so that we can have our country back. I knew this day would arrive. It's only a question of when. And I knew the American people would rise above it and vote for the future they deserve. The only thing that can stop this corrupt machine is you. The only force strong enough to save our country is us. The only people brave enough to vote out this corrupt establishment is you, the American people. Our great civilization has come upon a moment of reckoning. I didn't need to do this, folks, believe me. I built a great company, and I had a wonderful life. I could have enjoyed the fruits and benefit of years of successful business deals and businesses for myself and my family. Instead of going through this absolute horror show of lies, deceptions, malicious attacks, who would have thought? I'm doing it because this country has given me so much, and I feel so strongly that it's my turn to give back to the country that I love. I'm doing this for the people and for the movement, and we will take back this country for you, and we will make America great again.